What's up, y'all? This is like, I don't even know what to call this. This is Roman and his thoughts. As I'm sitting here not doing anything but watching YouTube videos, I was watching a football video and this thought came to mind and I wanted to share it with you guys. For now, I am erasing my whiteboard. I actually need to spray because this stuff's been on there since I've been gone to Africa. So the thoughts that came to mind was the, how can I say, the mentality of my family. So I don't want to get too complicated because I don't want to lose my train of thought. But I want to talk about how, let me shine the light over a little better. I want to talk about how, okay, I can't speak for everybody, but I want to talk about my life and how having a single mother affects me as an individual, and also what that means for my future. So again, I'm not speaking for everybody, I'm speaking for myself. But because, you know, I grew up with a single parent foundation for a very long time, I would say maybe 75 to 80% of my life, especially the parts that matter. You know, I'm talking about like from teenage to going into, you know, manhood. You know, a lot of my life I was pretty much raised by my mom, and I want to talk about, you know, I guess my unique story. So my mom is somebody who's very soft-spoken. She's very, I guess, emotionally high all the time. She's always loud whenever, you know, something happens. Like, she gets excited really easy. She's loud in conversations. I really don't know how to bottle who she is, but she's not somebody who's like tough driven. You know, she's not somebody who's hard. I mean, like, when the situation gets tough, like, she talks like in a certain tone, but it's not like, you know, like tough mom. She talks like, you know, like, okay, you know, if you don't do this, or if this doesn't go my way, you know, I'm just leaving it up to God, or, you know, whatever. However she deals with it, I can't remember verbatim. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is the pressure. The pressure on my life isn't there. And I got this idea from watching the football and watching how the coach was applying pressure to the team. And so it's not really a mother's job to apply pressure to the team. I mean, the mother is to provide comfort, to provide, like, you know, like a safety kind of feeling. It's not really to provide pressure. And then, I'm not saying that my environment doesn't give me pressure, but the pressure I do get is in a direction that I don't want to go. And this has nothing to do with being black. This has nothing to do with being middle class, or it has nothing to do with nothing but for the simple fact of what my parents practice, and that's it. And so the pressure that I get isn't to start a business or to study hard to you know, accomplish whatever my project or whatever, you know, it is that I want to do. It seems like it's always coming from an area of like, get a job. And if it's not get a job, then it may be to go to school. It's either one. So there's nothing wrong with either of those things. Those things can't do anything but help you out in life. But I want to talk about the missing piece into creating somebody or raising somebody that will make a huge impact, just as a person being a leader. And those qualities, the pressure that I would like to get, I feel like would be more leadership pressure. And just how to be a leader. And that's a very like vague statement. But like, I noticed that everything I want to be, I don't really get from my parents. I get it from a book. And then the things that I do get from my parents, the things that I inherit is like watching TV after a long day of work, filling your face with food, going to places that really don't. I mean, I don't know. I can't say that, but you get my point. Like, it's like I'm inheriting, or what's for me to inherit is a whole lot of stuff that I feel like just wastes time. And I don't know. I just felt like that was relevant to talk about. Maybe you guys can tell me some of the things that you feel like you're inheriting. Like, if it's arguing, like if your parents argue all the time and now you notice yourself arguing with your spouses, or whatever the case is, I feel like sometimes, I want a parent I'm not saying like I don't appreciate my parents, but I just want a figure in my life that applies the same pressure that Dr. Miles Monroe would give his children. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. But maybe you catch my vibe. If you don't know who Dr. Miles Monroe is, then I would suggest go check out like one of his YouTube videos and just hear what he has to talk about. A lot of the things that he preaches or he says, I've taken and applied to my own life, and honestly, I haven't experienced any type of change that was so impactful as the change that I experienced when when God saved my life, and then just reading his books and listening to his seminars. Those are the two most pivotal points of my life. And I went and sat in the living room with my parents, and I was just kind of like, what can I get from you guys that will help me move forward, in this direction that I'm going, dealing with God and like dealing with the books of Dr. Miles Monroe. Like, what kind of pressure, is there? And I really don't think there is any. And so this isn't to talk bad about anything. It's just to acknowledge the fact that I now have a responsibility to change the branch, to change the vine, or the fruit that I produce. I have a responsibility to not dwell in this culture of sitting in front of the TV and just eating and talking. I mean, that has its purpose, but guys, come on. Like, we weren't born to just sit in front of the TV, talk, and have fun. Like, there's things that we could be doing that would just, fulfill so much of our purpose for existing. And I think when you deal with God on a serious level, he kind of lets you know, or shows you, like, you actually have a purpose for existing. You're not just here for no reason. So you shouldn't be comfortable doing nothing. And yeah, that's it. It just came to my thoughts. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Give me some feedback, whatever. Okay. So that's it. Yeah. Here's a tip. Anytime you plan on getting a house and raising a family, invest in a library, not a theater. Alright? Peace.